Hey everyone, it's Eddie Sanchez and I'm back with more tips for you young creatives out there. So today I wanted to give you guys 3 key elements, right, to help you have a more successful film. Okay, so these are my opinions. These are based on high concept scripts or films. And again, these are my opinions. I'm a fan of movies, of film. So I'm into these things, right? Okay, so the first element is good character. If you have a good, interesting character, the audience will engage. They will identify with the character, right? Not necessarily identify with the killer, but you get what I'm saying. They'll be engaged with the character at least. Okay, so my first example of a good character, or interesting character, is think of 1984's Nightmare on Elm Street. So that, when they introduced Freddy, the original, not like the new version of it, because it sucks, but the original Freddy Krueger he was so interesting because he was funny, he had these one-liners, and he was scary too. I know I was scared of him. So he's a good example of an interesting antagonist, right? Don't ask me to tell you who the main person was. Heather something was the actress that played it. But again, it was all about Freddy Krueger. I mean, he broke out into the mainstream. Everybody was talking about Freddy Krueger. I mean, it was a big deal back in the 80s and 90s. Freddy Krueger was a really big deal. So that's a good example of a great character, of an interesting character, right? Okay, so the second thing, which coincides with interesting character, right, is plot, a good plot. Okay, so it's very simple. I mean, plot is, a sequence of events, right? But they have to kind of flow together, right? Your protagonist, let's say Harry Potter, has to defeat Voldemort, Lord Voldemort, eventually, right? After 6 or 7 movies, right? So it's a sequence of events that will lead him to change as a character and to become strong enough to defeat him, Lord Voldemort. Again, that's a really good example, like Harry Potter, and all the films, because again, they kind of they follow each other in good sequence. The plot, it's a good plot. The characters are well developed, they have good character arcs. So that's a good example of a good plot. The third and final element that I'm going to talk about today, because again, there are many elements, and even if you have all 3 elements, it doesn't mean that you're going to have a successful film. That's the way it is. Art is subjective. Something I might like, you might not like. All right, so let's get down to it. The third element is going to be a good director with a vision, and a passion for the project. Let's look at Justice League and the Snyder Cut, right? I believe it's better than the Joss Whedon original version of it. I'm not saying that it was successful, but it was more successful than the Joss Whedon version of it, right? Drop a comment. Let me know if you agree. But again, a director with a good vision that's really into the project, that's really passionate about the project. That's what you need. So those are my 3 key elements: interesting character, a good plot, and a good director with a good vision. Tell me what you think. If you have any questions or comments, drop them down below. As always, I'm here to help to inspire the next generation of writers and filmmakers. Thank you guys so much, and I hope this is helpful. See you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.